All right. Welcome to the place where truth meets transformation and epiphanies cause an evolution. I am Brianna. I am your host. Welcome to the podcast show. Welcome to the YouTube channel. Welcome. Today is really exciting because today's episode is really just the introduction to the Book of Epiphanies. So, this podcast, this YouTube series is going to make so much more sense, right? I said, welcome to the place where truth meets transformation, period. And epiphanies cause an evolution, which means you're here because you want a breakthrough. I think a lot of times people don't have the breakthrough that they say they really, really want, specifically because they don't have space to capture it when it shows up. So, today I really want to simplify the process of what an epiphany is asking from you and really what the epiphany is trying to do for you. So, a lot of times we only want a breakthrough when we're in crisis or dismemberment or things are not going as well as we would hope. And then we're sitting here saying, okay, I just need to figure this out. And then because we're trying to figure it out, what we're really doing is we're choking the puppy. We're like literally choking the universe saying, I want to know, but I don't want to know because what I'm asking for is actually for you to save me versus this like really delicious, inviting energy that sits back, relaxes, and says, okay, teach me what I don't know. I'm willing to see things another way. So, the Book of Epiphanies is here, and it is called the Book of Epiphanies. It's foreplay through wordplay, orgasms for your mind. And the reason that title is so important is because the flavor, the very essence of this book is a very seductive one. Because if we're going to change language or change the way that we operate in the world, it's more important that we play with the flavor of the word than actually try to be serious around its meaning. Because, like, how many times do you get to climax when you're in seriousness? Like, no, thank you. So, if you're here, welcome, because this book is really to help you climax in consciousness, to help you evolve past what you thought the rules were. So, the takeaway I want you to have is that when purchasing this book, it isn't just to read it, digest it, and then move on to the next thing. We're not after dopamine. We're after oxytocin. We're after connection. We're after really inspiring thought that isn't just here to lay it on us for a night and then leave and peace out. In fact, this is the book where you want the strings attached. You want the lever to call. You want the epiphanies to come back. You want to be intrigued in your mind. You want to be inspired. You want to continue to feel like you're having this next level awareness, and not because you're climbing the mountain and not because you're doing a good job, but simply because you asked and because you relaxed, you were able to receive. So, inside of this series, I'm going to break down just a few teasers on why it is so important for you to not just purchase this book, but to take it with a sort of curiosity. Because by the end of reading this book, not only will we have pulled apart words and gave it a completely different meaning, but I'm actually handing you the key. I'm handing you the key that says, dude, make your own rules. Why don't you date your own gifts? Why don't you go and see what's beneath the surface of your own damn, skin suit? You have an amazing brilliance within you. And until you decide to be curious to know what it is, then you're sort of looking for the answers. And have you ever noticed that the more you get into personal development, the less personal it gets? And that's kind of the problem. Wouldn't you agree? Like, how I do something doesn't need to be how you do something. But what it does is it gives us permission to stay in our lanes, and not only to stay in our lanes, but how many times do we heal for the sake of creation? Because what we really want at the end of the day isn't to heal. So hear me out. Yes, healing is a part of the process because there can sometimes be blocks, right? But I think the deeper meaning behind healing is actually the purpose to create again. And if we're not creating, there's something seriously wrong about the orientation and how we orient to the world. Meaning, you're either alive because you're solving problems, or you're alive because you want to create and see what is beyond what you've created before. And so, in those two different structures, my goal in this book is to take you out of problem solving and into a new orientation where, dude, your life is literally to create. It is literally to express. Like, if you're not self expressing, what is the point of life? I mean that genuinely, because a lot of us think we want to be entertained, and that will last so long until maybe you grow up. And then you realize, dude, I don't want to just be entertained. I want to have a life full of meaning, a life full of enrichment, a life full of satiated feeling where I know, like I know, I can have, create, and do whatever the hell I absolutely want to. So it's not just self-esteem and self-confidence. I mean, those are great things to start with, but the Book of Epiphanies is here to cause a revolution in wholeness, because when you're whole, then you do not care if people are judging you when you're painting with the whole damn, like, paint box, right? Isn't that the point? Like, you want more color, you want more expression. So you could care less if people judge you, because you finally have gotten to this place where you accept all of your weird. And this book is completely weird, so out there, so like, did she just say that? Yeah, I did. And that's why you want it. So I'm going to put the link below. Make sure to purchase the book, because hello, this is not the end. This is just the beginning. So without further ado, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. Make sure that you follow, because I am not here just to entertain you, although I can be very entertaining. I am here to enrich your life, story by story, awareness through awareness, whatever it is, to help you radically see yourself differently, because because there is a joy that happens when you realize it is an honor to be you. You would choose to be no one else if you actually believed that. So I'll see you in the next video.